Hello everybody, it's Anna here again today, and today we are at LLECHWEDD Quarry, the old slate quarry here in Blaenau Ffestiniog in North Wales, and we're going to be doing just a little bit of history as we took a winter walk not too far from home and enjoyed our time on these old slate mountains. There's Alf there, so come along and join us. You're very, very welcome. Don't forget, welcome in Welsh is croeso. Blaenau Ffestiniog is a town that nestles between the Moelwynion Mountains, winding its way along the edges of the rocks, and where you can see the scars of the quarry industry stretching out in front of you. Traces of its industry, history and people can be found easily on the land. And here at LLECHWEDD today, the inviting mountains with the sun bouncing brightly off the slate heaps as we walked. It was wonderful. So we'll just go along and take you on a little walk and just have a little chat as we go along. Look at the waterfall. You could have stopped and read, paused your video and read about this secret waterfall that was found hidden undergrowth. So just a little bit of history in that here at LLECHWEDD, the quarry in Blaenau Ffestiniog. Blaenau Ffestiniog grew as a result of the 19th century slate quarries, and it's difficult not to see their influence on the town because pillars of slate welcome visitors in the town centre, and across the road from the train station you'll see colourful murals created by a local artist, and it's just a very, very beautiful place. It's one of Alf and my favourite places. In 2021, UNESCO recognised the slate landscape of northwest Wales as a World Heritage Site, and the area was recognised as internationally significant not only for the export of slates but also for the export of technology and skilled workers from the 1780s to the early 20th century. And Blaenau Ffestiniog is famously known as the slate capital of Wales and the town that roofed the world, and the giant grey scars upon the mountains surrounding the town are still visible today for all to see. Before the slate industry developed, the area around here was a farming region with scattered farms working the uplands below the cliffs, and the land was owned by large estates, and the town of Blaenau Ffestiniog was created to support workers in these local slate mines. In days gone by, and still even today, a resident of Wales will live under a slate roof, walk on a pavement made of slate, and lie at last, at the end of his life, under a slate tombstone. It's what we're used to here. It's our landscape, and we don't think anything of it. We might pass a fence made of slate. You've seen that in our RHIWBACH video, and it's beautiful. And look at Alf there, he's just pointing over miles and miles of slate there in the distance that we just walked to and enjoyed the day at. We enjoy this place very, very much. And like I said, again, just to remind you that this is the town, Blaenau Ffestiniog, that is known, that roofed the world. This small town roofed the world. Many of you will know that Welsh slate is known to be the finest in the world, but it was not a glamorous life for the slate workers of this LLECHWEDD quarry at the time here in Blaenau Ffestiniog, because a Welshman at the time who had quarried slate here, such as this place, would have spent his days in a very ill-lit, cold, dirty and very dangerous space, emerging at the end of day, bent over and white-faced, covered in slate dust and gunpowder, and for this he might just earn about 12 pence a day apparently, so it was really bad. And slate is the lowest grade of metamorphic rock, put under pressure beneath the earth some 500 million years ago. And Welsh slate can be blue, purple, green, or most commonly several shades of grey. It's very beautiful. And the local ancient Romans that were here knew its properties very well and used it to roof and floor their forts nearby. So slate mining became Blaenau Ffestiniog's chief industry in the 1760s, thanks to a guy called Jones who recognised that the slate there split perfectly. He opened a quarry and other quarries followed. One, the Oakley, became the world's largest underground slate mine with 50 miles of railroad on various levels, and at the industry's peak, more than 4,000 men worked in Blaenau Ffestiniog, which was the first town in Great Britain to have electric street lights. There we are. For the slate miner, it was a long day, working from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, with a half day off on Saturday, with Sunday and religious holidays off. But if he arrived 5 minutes late to work, the steward would send him home and he'd get no money. Welsh was the principal language, but there were some English and Irish speakers among the workers as well. The 1960s saw a steep fall in the demand for slate, and here at LLECHWEDD they turned their attention to other potential sources of revenue, and in 1972 they opened the LLECHWEDD SLATE CAVERNS tourist attraction. If you want to find out more information, look online for that, but this we're just talking about a bit of history today. So that's it, I think, for today. We'll leave it here at LLECHWEDD SLATE QUARRY in Blaenau Ffestiniog here in North Wales, and we'll say ta-ta for now, and we'll see you on the next adventure, or the next Welsh lesson, or the next Welsh history lesson. Don't forget to keep practicing your Welsh, because practice makes perfect. Look at the slate mountains there in the background. Ta-ta for now. Nos da.